What's up, everybody? It's been a little while, but we are back with another installment of Faceless Political Mumbo Jumbo. I am you, you are we, and we are all. Wake up, everybody, wake up. So, again, I'm going to start this off by asking the question: why do we as a society accept white mediocrity? And that's asked on today's 4th of July, or as I'm going to call it, a day to mourn, because what was this day supposed to be? This was supposed to be Independence Day in this country. And I find it real ironic that we're supposed to be uh, celebrating Independence Day in this country, and yet we have a crazy ass orange piece of shit turd that's trying to be a fucking king in the country as we speak. That's just doing crazy ass shit. So, this is the state of affairs that we're in. We've got a situation where we have illegal immigrants that pay into this country $89.9 billion in taxes. And at the same damn time, we have these crazy ass people, these radical nut job people destroying our country, building concentration camps, and going out and cosplaying and playing dress up at these prisons for photo ops. I mean, this is the shit that we're living in 2025. A regressive, racist regime that's taken over our damn country. So this is the state of affairs we're in. What do these people think is supposed to happen when all these people get rounded up? Because basically the only thing that's happening is they are straight up with ICE putting all this money. I don't know if you people are aware of all the money they're putting into this privatized, militarized force of people to go out and round up black and brown people and ultimately start rounding up American citizens that are against the current people in office. That's basically all that's happening. I mean, we're in a state where we are at this moment. You see physical violence being happening with members of Congress. So if they're going to do that to members of Congress, what the fuck do you think they're going to do to us? These people are out here just straight up selling white supremacy, selling it to you, asking you just to eat it up, buy it up, and that's the shit that they're doing. And we're sitting here and people are just sleepwalking into it. I don't even know why people are out celebrating 4th of July today. I honestly think all this No Kings protest, this was a huge missed opportunity. Everyone should have been out in the streets protesting, letting motherfuckers know that this is not a country of fucking kings. This country was founded on immigrants, and you're trying to rewrite fucking history because you want to be ran by rich white men. Rich white men. That's all that this is looking for. All these billionaires looking to try to take over this country, and now the country is turning to hell in a handbasket fucking shit. Tourism is down, travel is down in the country. The country is not making as much money. This is the richest country in the world, and now what's going to happen to the country when people aren't coming here? If people don't want to come here, they're trying to keep people, foreign countries, students from coming here to educate themselves, which honestly is also what helps to create prosperity in our country, what helps to keep us as a leading society. But now they want to bring us into some Handmaid's Tale fucking dystopian bullshit. And people are just sleepwalking into this shit. I mean, as I've said before, this country and what these people are driven by is money. And people need to get on board and start realizing that there's going to have to be some type of major boycott, national boycotts. People need to start doing it now. As I said before in the last installment, I'm talking to a few people on this stream who's ever listening. This is about supporting small businesses. And people need to understand you need to start going in that direction right now. Because as soon as these people start getting froze out of their money, that's the only time they're going to really wake up and start seeing that the American public is not playing and they're not going for this bullshit, and we're not going to keep giving you our fucking money. It's the only thing they get. And honestly, it's another time where you have to start knowing who is who, because all small businesses shouldn't be you shouldn't necessarily go to all small businesses. I think you need to know who the MAGA people are. And this goes for all races across the board, especially your black people. If they're white people, your allies, sure, shop with them. But black people, but if they're not an ally, you can't shop with them. Black people, MAGA people, you gotta find out who the fuck they are and freeze them motherfuckers out. Those are some of the first ones that have to go. Their businesses need to be shut all the way down because they need to suffer. They need to suffer because they've gone against their own culture, they've gone against their own community, and they don't understand that they're part of a collective. They need to go down. They're shut. Everything. They need to go under, all the way under. Anybody that is not about a democratic society, they need to lose their shirts. They need to lose all their shit because it's the only thing they're going to understand. They got to suffer in order to get some shit. But that's what I'm saying. People need to get on board. There's got to be some type of major boycott. People, just like Target has lost money when they took away DEI in anything that was supporting marginal communities, and they saw that they started losing business. They want to try to start crawling back. That shit has to be done across the board to major companies and corporations. And as much as people love Amazon, you got to stop shopping there. There's got to be a time where people like pause on Amazon. It's got to be like strategic. It's got to be for like a month straight. People have to just like cut that shit, stop buying all these places. People just have to cut it. It's the only way these people are going to get it. Trump has to understand, because all he is about is grifting, making money. But I don't know what you people thought you were going to get when you took a criminal and voted him into the White House. How did you think that this dude was not going to be lying to you over and over and over again? How did you think he wasn't going to want to get over on you? How do you think that he's somebody that never goes to church, selling Chinese Bibles, but talking about putting all these tariffs on China? But yet you're buying his shit. You're buying all his shit. He's doing nothing but using you for your vote. And the worst part about it is these motherfuckers are conniving as fuck. They might be dumb, but they are conniving, and they've been working this shit for years, and they know exactly what they're doing. They have put all the shit in place early on so they can they've got ICE militarized so they can get people in the streets. They want people to go crazy in the streets, and they want to be able to do martial law, and they want to be able to say it's crazy. They're not going to be able, so we can't have these midterm elections. There's no way we can do it because they know they're going to lose. And all that crap that's in the big bill that they know is going to fuck all of you magatards out there, they have that shit so it doesn't hit in 2026 so they can still collect your stupid ass vote, and then you'll be in pain after they've already robbed you for your vote because they've just using you. And you're sitting there looking stupid, and they're just going to keep feeding you more and more hate, trying to divide you more and more from your neighbors. What does your Bible teach you, tards? It tells you to love thy neighbor. But what do you idiots just love to use what you want? Use what you want, and then you just sit there. You're so self-fucking righteous, but then you're just as sinful as fuck. And you want to try to keep pushing your views onto other people and tell somebody you're pro-choice. Tell somebody when and where to have babies, but then you don't want to provide anything for these people after they have the babies. You want to take all the benefits away from them before they even get to even have the babies. But yet that's supposed to incentivize people to have more babies in this world. You think the white population is shrinking now? You think that's going to make more white babies? Like, are you people even fucking thinking? You're so scared of shit. It's already changed. You're so scared of shit change. It's already changed. But another thing, the police was formalized. The police was formed based on slave catching in the first place. So all the reason why they're as racist as they are, that shit is in the culture, embedded in the culture of the police. And now they're putting all that shit into ICE. All that shit's in ice, and they just out there rounding people. You don't see people out none of these white schools, do you? The only people they're coming after is brown and black people, just based on their appearance, racially profiling people in this country. I haven't seen one white person on the news getting racially profiled. And I want to know where the hell these white South Africans are. I want to know why the Orange McFlurry is not being asked about the genocide. Where are the follow-up questions about this supposed white genocide that's taking place in South Africa? Because I think the American public needs to hear about that shit. Where are the Epstein files? What happened to the Epstein files? Because that shit that all you magatards were so interested about, where is that shit? And why are you guys not asking about it? Don't you want to know about your Lord and Savior, your King Orange Fat Jesus, and find out about all of his escapades so you can make some more excuses for him and see and say, well, why he had to be with girls that young? Because I'm sure there's some reasons why he had to be with girls that young. So, because I'm not saying he was, but I'm just saying there's a big potential that potentially happened. And I'd love to hear how you magatards excuse that away while you're praying with the Bible in your hand, your Chinese Bible in your hand. That would be interesting. I'd love to hear that one. That'd be great. But yeah, I'm curious where the Russians are, the Europeans are that have overstayed their visas. I want to see some of them getting thrown to the ground on the news because I haven't seen any of that. And the news is complicit in all this shit. They have made this country to be divided based on clicks and fucking views. How many times do we hear throughout Biden's presidency about his competency, about him looking like he was not really with it? Yet we've got this crazy ass dude with jumbled up sentences. Can't even put a sentence together. Can't put a paragraph together. Just a sentence together to save his fucking life. Doesn't know has no mastery of the English vocabulary. His mind is jello. And this dude is in the office. He's a puppet. He's being used. All he is a puppet. He's gotten the biggest job, the acting job of his life because he always wanted to be famous. That's all he really wanted was to be somebody. So he's basically playing the role of a president while everybody else is pulling the puppet strings in the background. That damn Nazi Stephen Miller, that dude, yeah, you gotta watch him. That crazy motherfucker is the one who is responsible for, I think, most of this shit, to be honest, because that dude is a straight up as white supremacist as it gets. Yeah, I want to know the questions of that. Where are the white South Africans? Why has nobody been asking? And the Democrats are failing. They're just they're just tone deaf. They're so buttoned up, and they need to pull their heads out of their ass. This is not the time for that in the office shit. You need to get down and dirty with these people and confront them on their racism. I want to know where the media's questions are on the biggest threat of in this country, which is white supremacist groups. Where are the questions? All the questions that we were talking about that last year? People were briefly talking about it, but once it's so interesting, isn't it? It's so interesting, I find, that when people realize that it's white people that's the biggest threat in this country, shit just goes quiet. I mean, it goes so quiet. You don't hear shit about anything but this. You got all these racist views coming out. You got a racist that's running Twitter and all this racist crap going on there. Even the algorithms are crazy. Like, I've noticed that even when it's so interesting that white people could have so many comments that are racist on Twitter and they make it through. But I notice when I put things through, and I do have a picture, but I notice when I put anything that is remotely questionable, and I even change the words, but I get it, it comes back to me. And I find that real interesting that all this racist shit is on there, but certain people, the algorithm is different for. It's real interesting. But what else we got to talk about here? Yeah, the Epstein files. The, this country basically at this point, I'm just going to say that the racism in the country has made the country sick to its core. That's basically what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a very sick people, a sick country, and the sickness has crept up to the forefront. And the only thing at this point that's going to change this country is racism being confronted, because you have to confront a bully. You can't let a bully keep running the playground. Nobody lets a bully keep running the playground. No. If the bully keeps running around, running amok, it's going to be just insanity. So when a bully keeps doing crazy shit, you have to punch a bully in the mouth. And when you punch a bully in the mouth, what generally happens is they run off because they're usually weak. Weak ass people, which is what these people are. Weak as fuck. And you got to punch them in the wallet. But yeah, man, we're in a situation where this country is extremely sick, and all of the allies out there, this is the time when white people, you've got to talk to your own people. I was listening to something online, and a guy was talking about, man, I'm trying to think of what it was he exactly said, but he was another white guy, and he was just talking about basically you have to bring people in. They were talking about you have to bring people in, to the Maga people that are now regretful for voting for Trump. And my thing is like, the only people that can bring those people in are other white people, because other white people, you have to have those conversations with your own people. You have to have the conversations with them and let them know that their thoughts and their biases and the way they're thinking is skewed. You are the only people that can change the minds of your own people. And it's a discussion that you haven't had in this country because you haven't had to have that discussion. But now you have this crazy person that's brought all of your racist views, all of your racist beliefs, all of your biases, all of those hidden family members in your family to the forefront. And now you have to deal with them. So that's where I've got on this episode, this installment. Faceless Political Mumbo Jumbo. Like, comment, subscribe. Drop down the comments. Let me know what you think. And again, I'm talking to those few people that are out there listening. This is not a stream or I should say, what a YouTube shows that is about looking for a whole huge following. I'm looking for a few people, because what I do know is that this world is, we're all connected. We're all connected. And you talk to one person, so you're connected to at least 6 other people. That 6 degrees of separation is real. And as long as each one passes it on to somebody else, you can change one person's mind, you change somebody else's mind. And each person has to have some different thought, and you passed on that thought will reach, you can reach 6 other people by one person that you touch. So let's make it happen. Let's change this country, bring this country into a better place, a much better society, deal with the sins of our past, own our history, and really be the greatest country that we can be. I say just make America great. Period. Stay woke.